what do you think a pastor is, or what do pastors do?
Pastor teaches parents about God and pours oil on them so they can be saved and helps them pray.
Well, I think pastors teach people about God and what He did for us.
They pray too.
I think they do very much to make the church a better place to get to God.
A pastor is a man or a woman who teaches the word to other people.
Preach.
To teach.
Like preaching, and he loves people for who he is.
He talks about the Lord, and he gives us examples of how you praise the Lord and what He's all about and why He died on the cross for our sins.
To do.
Preach. I think he has to work on the stuff he has to do at church. Yeah.
Okay.
To teach people about God.
To preach people about what they don't know and stuff. And to so they can preach and they tell another person to preach, and they preaching Bibles and stuff. They don't just say the words. They just say what's on the Bible.
Yeah.
That's where you know why.
To teach churches?
I think they are supposed to pray and help people.
What do you think our pastor, Pastor Steve, is like at home?
Well, I think when he's at home, I think he practice preaching and stuff.
I'll pray and worship God.
I think he treats his family the same way he does us.
A good person.
Playing golf.
Resting.
He be nice, kind, caring.
He likes to watch TV about the Lord. He thinks he likes praise the Lord at home too.
Okay.
Always pray before he goes to bed.
Take his clothes off and put on his other clothes and go outside and mow the yard.
Doing work. And he's always going up to the church. And he's always on his computer.
I think that when he gets home that he prays, and whenever he goes to bed that he prays.
He might be like eating and drinking and driving and getting food and might be eating a lot of food. Putting on his coat. He might got a hanger that grabs stuff.
Okay.
Like the cat. Go to bed. Helpful. I think he prays for his family while he eats.
Can you think of something that you like most about our Pastor Steve?
I can think that he is a great pastor. He does a lot for our church and sacrifices for our church.
That he is he's thankful, he's nice, and he preaches about God.
I like about him preaching.
Well, I like when he makes like the drama plays and lets the kids in the kids choir to actually go on stage and do their thing.
He enjoys what he does, and he doesn't do it to get money.
Just something that you've noticed? Is there something that you noticed?
He's awesome. Like, he a nice man. He love people for who they are, not because they nice or mean. He just love them.
My favorite thing about him is that he always likes to teach us about the Lord, and he's a really good pastor.
The most thing I like about him is when he always is nice and he lets us go swimming in the pool.
That he's a good preacher.
My favorite thing is when he let the kids and stuff like watch the plays and sing and stuff.
Okay.
What's the part? I like the part with the banana and the gorilla.
That he's nice and caring.
My most favorite thing about Pastor Steve is I like him when he prays a lot.
Think ever one day that you could be a pastor or you'd like to be a pastor? Or,
I think I could be a pastor because I love to go to church and like talk a lot and that's kind of and say stuff about God a lot.
Well, sure, but that would be a little too hard.
why? Is it too hard or what?
I think it's kind of hard because you have to like do every verse in the Bible. It's pretty hard. No.
Why not?
I don't like being a pastor.
Is it too hard or too scary?
Too scary.
Okay. All right. Well, what's scary about it? Being on stage, preaching?
And being on stage.
Yes.
Really? You would enjoy that? You don't think it would be too much hard work or anything?
No.
Okay.
Yes.
Really? Would you think it would be easy or would it be fun or scary or what? Why do you think you could be a pastor?
Because it would be fun to teach children about God, how he rose for my dad and stuff.
Yes,
Really? Why do you think so?
because I love the Lord and I love to worship him.
Really? What makes you think that you would be able to?
Because Poppy's a pastor.
Yes.
Really? Is that something that you'd like to do? You think it would be hard? Think it would be hard?
No.
You think you could handle it?
Yeah.
Why do you think that?
Because pastors have a lot in common stuff, and they, like if they be a pastor, they gonna be rich and stuff. Yes.
Really? Why do you want to be a pastor?
Because
Because why?
it's fun to be a pastor. I want to be a police officer.
You don't want to be a police officer. You do want to be a police officer. So you don't want to be a pastor because you already want to be a police officer, right? Would you think it's hard to be a pastor? You think it's easy? Okay. Well, just look at the camera and say, "We love you, Pastor Steve."
We love you, Pastor Steve.
We love you, Pastor Steve.
We love you, Pastor Steve.
Love you, Pastor Steve.
We 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 love you, Pastor Steve. We love you, Papa.
I love you, Pastor Steve.
We love you, Pastor Steve.
We love you, Pastor Steve. We love you, Pastor Steve.
We love you, Pastor Steve.